What's up YouTube? It's One Way Up here, back with another video. And in this video I have the 2022 Chevy Suburban Premier. So the Chevy Suburban was a very popular vehicle along the Chevy GM brand. It is their full-size luxury vehicle. This is the biggest vehicle that they offer, and it is currently in its 12th generation. The 12th generation came out during the 2021 model year, and this is the 2022 version of the 12th generation, which does include slight interior changes from the first year that it came out. But overall, it is a very popular vehicle, and I think they did a great job with this newest generation. So starting off with the Premier trim, you do get more chrome along the front of the vehicle, including the grille has more chrome in it, and the bottom part of the front bumper. Now the vents on the lower part of the front bumper are fake, but you do get actual functional side vents. As you see, it goes all the way through on both sides of the car, which is nice. I do like what they also did with the front headlights. It does have a more futuristic look, and I love how it curves around the front of the grille. And also I love the halo color of the lights when you put on the hazard lights. As you can see, it's flashing right now. Moving over to the side of the vehicle, you do have chrome alongside the side view mirrors, along with the sides of the handles. As you can see, this one is fitted with 20-inch aluminum wheels, but you also have the option to get this with 22-inch rims in different styles and designs. Moving over to the back of the vehicle, completely redesigned. Looks a lot better than the previous generation. The previous generation just looked more bland and basic, but I do like that there's more going on with this. As you can see, you also have these 4 large quad exhausts, which I do really like that they did with this new design for the vehicle. Now you don't get these exhausts in the LS and LT trim, but when you go to the higher trim levels, including the Z71, the High Country, the Premier, and you opt for the 6.2 liter V8, you do get these nice large exhausts, which sound very good even in the 5.3 liter V8. Now these taillights are not full LED, but I think they did a good job with it, and you also get the Chevy bow tie in them as well. Another thing that they did redesign on this vehicle was the key. So the key does look more upscale than before. It is remote start. You can open your trunk from here as well, and it is lock and unlock buttons on the handles for both the driver, passenger, and the rear doors as well. So opening up the Chevy Suburban, giving you guys a look inside. Nice materials overall. It is fitted with leather seats, and on this Premier trim you do get this white stitching running along the exterior of the seats. And stepping inside, put your foot on the brake, starting it up. Now I love the sound of that exhaust that they put in this vehicle. When you get the quad exhaust option on this new Chevy Suburban, I would definitely recommend getting it with those exhausts, because it sounds really good, and it always sounds like it's a cold start when you start it up. Moving over to the door, you do get this Bose sound system, which is very nice. The sound system is excellent in this vehicle. You have plenty of storage space, so you have space for a bottle. You can set another bottle here. You can even set another bottle there. If it's a small one, you put your wallet. You do have ample space in this part of the door as well. So there's so much space in this vehicle, as it should, because it is a large SUV. You do have some nice woods, or I'm pretty sure it's fake wood, but it does look nice. It complements the interior, and it adds more to it. So I'm going to pop the hood and show you guys what's underneath it. Okay, so I love how it holds itself up with the hydraulic hood struts, so you don't have to take the stick and hold it up. But this vehicle is fitted in its base V8, which is the 5.3 liter, puts out about 355 horsepower, and you also have an option to get a 6.2 liter V8, which puts out around 421 last time I checked. Now this vehicle does have ample power in its 5.3 liter V8 application, but the 6.2 liter will give you that extra power and extra towing capacity as well. Okay, so stepping back into the vehicle, I'll start with the steering wheel. I do love how it's power adjustable. That's always a nice thing to have. Now this is the two-wheel drive version of the Chevy Suburban, but if it was the four-wheel drive version, you'll have options to change your drive mode with that button that's supposed to be here. You have your automatic parking brake, your lane assist, parking assist where you can turn it on and off, 360-degree cameras, your light controls, adjust your screen brightness. Now, another great thing about this Premier is that you do have a digital HUD display on your windshield. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but you do have the option to adjust the height. You can move it up and down, and you do have the option to adjust what it shows on the screen. You have your compass setting, just your speed, and your lane warnings could also show up on your HUD as well. Moving down to the screen where you have your odometer. I do love the full digital display that they went with for this version of the vehicle. You do have the options to change how it looks, which is fantastic. I do love that they did that for this model year and this trim. So when you go to settings and you change your display layout, I do love the progressive look, but you can also switch it to give it a more classic look or more traditional, which has your circle gauges. And then they also have a digital look, which is more minimalistic. It's more focused on just giving you your information, not showing you your RPMs or your actual speed. And you do also have a clean look as well. So just, you know, basic, just have your speed up, minimalistic. So I do love that you do have the option to customize how your vehicle display dash looks. Will definitely, or plenty of times I found myself switching back and forth between the different options as I'm driving, because I think it's just a great feature that they have. I love that the digital speedometer is very big and easy to see. You have your time on the left side, and you can also even adjust what you want shown on either side. So it could be customized in different ways. So if I want to change what the right side shows, I could select that. And if I want to show a compass, the time and temperature, tire pressure, all that, and just leave it there while I'm driving, you can do that. Or you can even leave it blank and just have nothing shown and just your RPM meter. So I do really love that there's so many options for you to customize your screen. Even on the bottom part too, you can just have your fuel, your oil level, coolant temperature, all that on the bottom, or just have your fuel level. Now moving down, I am disappointed that this car does not have the cruise control, which will control your braking distance for the vehicle in front of you, but you still get your basic cruise control, heated steering wheel, Bluetooth controls, voice operated controls as well. Basic steering wheel, but still feels comfortable. Now moving over to the center of the vehicle, I will start with the digital display. So I do like that the graphics are a lot better than the previous generation. You can control where you want your air to come from, or just by touching the arrows, and even controlling your fan screen through here. But you also have controls down here to adjust your climate controls, which I find to be much quicker. This is for the rear. You can do it for the front as well. They did redesign their infotainment system overall, and I do think they improved it in every way possible. So it is easy to swipe left and right between different menu settings, or menu screens rather, and you do have settings to control the vehicle if you want it to be buckled to drive. Pretty much anything that you could do in most cars. Now, one thing that I do really like is that they added Google Maps to it. So let's say you don't have your phone connected by Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you could still use an updated navigation system that the vehicle does have, which is very good, because a lot of manufacturers, their standard navigation system isn't great at all. And I have an Android phone, so it's great to have Google Maps in the car already, so I don't always have to connect my phone to Android Auto if I don't want my phone to charge. But another great thing about this vehicle is that it does have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so you don't even have to keep your phone plugged in the whole time as it's displaying your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, or running the application. So that's a great thing that I do like that they did with this vehicle. Now, another big difference from this one from last year is that it doesn't have the shifter on the side of the steering wheel. It's now more modernized with buttons, so you just shift by pulling drive, pressing this for neutral, and pulling the R1 button for reverse. And here you go, you get your 360-degree cameras pop up. Very clear. They did a great job with the cameras on this vehicle, and you can switch between if you want to just see the sides, if you want to zoom in more. So, great options with the camera system on this. And then you just press the P to park. So moving down, they said before, you do have your climate controls. It's very easy and simple to control. Just a simple knob that you can control the fan and turn it on and off at the same time. I do really like that because it's just easy. You don't have to really think about it. Moving down here, you do have your heated and ventilated seats, which is very nice to have, just like on a hot day that it is today. They work very well. They also blow in the back of the chair, not just the bottom part. So I'm definitely glad that they did that. You do have, your USB ports. You have the modern one, whichever this is called, the Lightning, I guess, and then you have the older one. You have your 12-volt power outlet over here, and you also have wireless charging. So plenty of space for wireless charging in this vehicle. I do like that because some manufacturers with wireless charging, they don't really have big wireless charging pads for bigger phones, but this one, it's easy to put a phone of all sizes in there. You could probably even charge two phones at the same time if you can get them on there. I don't know if it'll let you do that, but it is a lot of space. There are two cup holders, another space to put your phone instead of putting it down there. You have a nice soft armrest in the middle. It's very wide. Additional cup holders in the back of the armrest. Opening up the armrest, you do have a lot of space. Now it's not as deep as I thought it was, but it is very wide, so you do get a good amount of space to put some things in there. And you also get extra storage space down here. So now I'm going to step out. And before I step out, I do love this rear view camera that GM has. So this is a camera, not an actual rear view mirror. So you can easily switch between having the mirror to pulling up the camera. Camera, in my opinion, works a lot better at night because it's going to be brighter. It'll be positioned properly, and then you'll be able to see clearer, especially when there's lights from other cars shining on your vehicle from behind you. This camera will do a great job of picking everything up and not distorting your picture. So that is my preference as far as driving with this rear view mirror. We do have a full sunroof, which goes, well, not all the way to the back, but to the second row, so you do get a good amount of light when you pull it back. So I will do that by demonstrating that. It's automatic. And it does look very spacious and open when you have the shade pulled back. So now I'm going to step into the second row. So to fold the seats It's very easy. You do have two levers here. You can pull this one to slide the chair forward and backward, or just pull this one to fold it all the way, and it collapses very quickly. But this car does have, you know, a good amount of space in the third row. It does have independent rear suspension, so the floor is not high in the third row, so a full adult can sit back here and actually be comfortable. But yes, the car does have rear climate controls for the second row, which can be controlled through the screen right here. You do have an auto mode for it, which is nice to have. You have updated USB ports and another outlet down there. Now I'm going to step into the third row because the second row is definitely usable for most adults. I just want to see how I fit back here for someone that's 6'3". Okay, so here I am in the third row, and I'm going to fold the seat up. Now this actually does have, you know, a very good amount of space. I'm actually a lot more comfortable back here than I thought I would be. I do have vents for the third row, which is nice, so I do love that. You do have some space for a little cup holder. I wish it had the other USB port, but it looks like this is the only one that it has. But overall, you know, I am comfortable back here. I think Chevy did a great job with this new Suburban. My feet don't feel tucked into my chest or my knees, I would say. And yeah, it's definitely a lot more comfortable. Now I'm going to step out and show you guys the trunk. Slide that back. Okay, so here's the trunk. It's going to be automatic, of course. Premier badging right there on the side. So you get a Suburban when you want to have space in your trunk while you have your third row occupied with people, or you have so much stuff that you need to fold your third row down and it's gonna need extra space because you're carrying things that are long. But the Tahoe, you do get a lot of trunk space if you fold down your third row, but it is definitely not usable when you have it occupied or the seats up. So in this one you get plenty of cargo space. I do love that they added the feature where you can fold the seats down just by holding these buttons, and it's so easy to do it as opposed to pulling a lever and having to push the seat. This way it's a lot easier and better and quicker rather to get your seats up and down, and they come up the same way. So easy. Automatic closing. So yeah, in conclusion, I feel like Chevy did a really good job with their 12th generation of the Suburban. I would also consider the GMC Yukon. That one starts at a slightly higher price point. The Suburban comes in the LS, LT, Z71, and this is the Premier, and then above this one is the High Country trim. They all start at around $61,000 to $75,000 MSRP, but they are expensive vehicles, but you do get a lot for it. Even in the LT trim, you do get a lot of the car for the money. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.